Okay, in this video, we're going to look at how to find an academic website. So for this step in our research, we actually don't really need the CCRI homepage, but we'll be working with sites that are probably a little more familiar to us, like Google. So I'll go to Google and type that in, and there you go. Okay, so we're at the Google homepage, and let's say I want to do a search, once again, for the Black Death. So I'll type it in. And first thing that comes up is history.com, which, despite its name, is not a great website. Second one is Wikipedia, which is not a bad website, but is which isn't good to be used as a source. It's good for background information, but you really wouldn't want to use it as a source. So how do we find good sources? Which of these are good? Well, there's really no hard and fast rules. So for instance, anything you find off of JSTOR, you know it's legitimate. It's been peer-reviewed by scholars. But in the web, anybody can put up a site about anything. And I should mention that certain subjects are more prone to this. So if you're doing a research project on witchcraft, there are some scholarly articles on it, and there's some not so scholarly articles on it. You know, you may find a site on how to put a hex on your professor, and so if I find that I've had a hex, it's automatic fail that if someone has put a hex on me. So you probably want to avoid those sites. So how do we find it? Well, the easiest way, I think, is to type in something additional. You want to limit it by domain. So if you type in site dot and then one of these domains, either .edu, .gov, or .org, you should get better results. Okay? So what are these domains? Well, .gov means it comes from the government, which, you know, is generally pretty reliable. Nobody's going to fault you for citing government statistics. You can think what you want about the government, but it's generally considered reliable. .edu means that it's an educational institution that is putting it out. So those are usually pretty reliable. Not always, because sometimes professors actually publish their students' work on there, so you got to be careful with that. And .org means that it's a nonprofit organization, which oftentimes is good, but sometimes isn't. Right? So Wikipedia is a .org, and it's a great site, but you wouldn't want to cite it as you go along. And that being said, some .com, which means it's commercial, some of those are good because some famous magazines and newspapers are .coms. And so there's no hard and fast rule. You've kind of got to know what to look for. My personal favorite is .edu. So if we did .edu, the first thing that comes up is University of Iowa. It's a prestigious university, so we could click on that. And we can see here that it's some good-looking materials. Looks like it comes from some sort of a book, okay? And we can do that. A lot of times these are professors who have put their own materials up. Let's see, USU, University of, I forget, I don't know. So we got some more information here, okay, on the Black Death. Looks pretty good. It looks like it's a professor because he's putting his syllabus, so he's probably good. So you can find various different places. This looks like probably Missouri here. I don't know why National Geographic, why it's giving me a .com here. I'm not sure. and .org. Did I do this wrong? Oh, you know what I was supposed to put after the site? I'm sorry. Make sure you put a colon. Okay. And this should limit it to just educational, and it does. So you can see Harvard. So that's one solution. Now, depending on your topic, .gov might be good. So I think this is one where .gov is going to give us something because it's medical, right? And so we have the CDC comes up first, genome.gov, Cleveland Clinic, and once again, why is .org? I'm not sure. So yeah, so you can limit it to .gov websites this way. We could also try .org. Now .org, again, Wikipedia is probably going to be first. Nope, it's not. Oftentimes Wikipedia is a .org, so that'll oftentimes come up, and it's down here. A lot of times, though, like if you're doing something artsy, like art related, a lot of times you'll get museums. So you'll get you get art museums, and those are good. If you can get a museum, you can get a college, you can get the government. That's pretty good. Again, if it's if you do .com and it's a site that you know is legit, then go for it. If you're not sure, some things to look for are: does it have ads? Does it have an author? And that sort of thing, right? So let's click on this one, just see what they've got. This is really talking about the modern bubonic plague. I probably wouldn't use this one. So anyways, this is some of the techniques that you can use to look for your particular research. As always, let me know. And if you have any questions, or you can always contact a research librarian, and they'd be happy to help you. Okay, that does it for today's lecture, and I'll see you next time.